And we welcome you back to Curacao, where we take a look at our full-time highlights in this key clash between Jamaica and St. Kitts and Nevis. Jamaica entered knowing they needed a win to keep pace with Puerto Rico and reclaim their spot atop the group. And while they did just that, and did so in emphatic fashion against the St. Kitts and Nevis squad that already knew their fate following Puerto Rico's 2-0 victory over the Cayman Islands, they were eliminated. They came in playing for pride. Unfortunately for them, though, Jamaica got off to a fast start and never really took their foot off the gas. A number of crosses that they couldn't turn home early, but on 10 minutes they would eventually strike, and from there, the goal barrage started. Jamaica really making a statement here ahead of that Puerto Rico match, saying, look, I think we're ready for this match coming up, and we're ready for the tournament should we qualify. That first goal from Leighton opened things up, and then the second from Jabari Howell after they win it back upfield just 2 minutes later, and Jamaica was in the driver's seat from there. There were chances the other way for St. Kitts and Nevis, but the issue was Jamaica took all of theirs, and St. Kitts and Nevis could not take many of theirs. This was the big chance. A double save from Joshua Grant denies his counterpart twice after this was threaded through to Akanye Samuel Francis, who was tenacious but wasn't rewarded for said tenacity. And then the third goal would fly in before halftime after Jamari Nolan was pushed over in the area. It set him up from 12 yards to capitalize. You see Nolan here, the shove in the back is what draws the referee's attention. It's not the goalkeeper rushing out, because it appeared Ashton Maynard actually avoided a collision with Nolan. Didn't matter anyways, because when Nolan stepped up, he slotted home despite Maynard guessing the right way. And before halftime, Jamaica in the driver's seat. A game where maybe on a different day it could have been 2-1 heading into the break. Instead, it was 3-0. They hit the crossbar one more time as well after this terrific save from Joshua Grant. It's an in-swinging free kick. It looked like Grant got a touch to it before it hit the crossbar. And you could feel St. Kitts and Nevis was maybe a little hard done by, just because in that first half, two glaring chances to grab a goal, and instead they found themselves trailing by 3. And then in the second half, that's when things really unraveled for St. Kitts and Nevis. A penalty here, it allows the Raekwon Campbell-Dennis, the midfielder, to step up and drive it in to make it 4-0, and then that is where the goal party really was kick-started. Sean Leighton adding his brace in unreal fashion. One of the goals of the week. He heads this down, and then on the half volley, bar down, top corner. That is an unreal goal, especially at the U-20 level. There is really nothing that anyone could do about that as a goalkeeper. And then the 6th added on by Jamoy Dennis, the first of his 2 goals. A flick-on header in which he was first to, and again, no chance for Maynard. The goal quality in this second half, remarkable. Orel Miller, this is the one where maybe you could argue Maynard should do better, but he put so much behind it to make it 7-0. And then as the half wore on and on and on, Jamaica was just able to see this out, and they would add one more before the day was done. There was another chance for St. Kitts and Nevis in the second half. Samuel Francis playing in a real appetizing cross, ultimately a header though off the bar, and Joshua Grant's clean sheet maintained before they added the 8th and final goal, and another really terrific finish. Jamoy Dennis driving this in from a tight angle. You see him just get on the end of this, put his laces through it, and find the opposite top corner. Multiple goals of upper echelon quality, and as the full-time whistle sounded, Jamaica finished as 8-0 victors. That is where we will leave things as we take a look at our under-20 Group B. Jamaica back atop the group, a plus 27 goal difference. They have not conceded through their first 4 matches, and a perfect 4 wins from an available 4 sees them favorites heading into their final day clash against Puerto Rico. That is the defining fixture. A win or a draw gets Jamaica into the tournament.